Hey everybody, it is Megan from Megan Cherie LLC. I'm just doing some Q&As right now. I am waiting in the carpool line, waiting for kids to get out of school, so I thought I would take a few minutes to answer some questions. A question that I get all the time is, where do I get my meal plans? How do I put those together? I was a chef and a restaurant manager for about 20 years, just under 20 years, before I left that industry, and I gathered recipes like crazy. It's just one of those things that I have a passion for. A lot of people don't have a passion for that. And if you don't, that's fine. There are a million different programs out there that do that. I personally right now am on using e-meals, but I don't use all of their menu items. I use the ones that I like. The cool thing about e-meals is, and I'm not sponsored by them in any way, I just like them because of their basically how easy they are to use. They send it to you every Wednesday. You print it out. They give you the shopping list for it. You see what you have in your pantry, cross out what you have in your pantry. You don't obviously need those. Go to the store, get what you need, and then you have everything you need for 7 meals. So you can do lunch and breakfast with them as well. I've done their lunch, but I've never done their breakfast. I just don't see the point in doing breakfast. So that's just me. But I don't use all 7 meals because I can't. They do a lot of seafood, and I don't like seafood. For a long time it made me sick. I was allergic to it. And I'm finding now that I can kind of reintroduce those back to my diet now that I've kind of got better gut health and better digestion and stuff like that. But I've just realized that I just really don't like seafood. So those recipes I just don't use. I use the ones that I like. But what you need to do is you need to start gathering up recipes that your family likes, or that you like and that you'll eat repeatedly, and start a binder, and get roughly 30, 40. I have one binder that has 62 recipes in it, and the reason why I did 62 is some months you have 31 months. That way you have a different recipe for every day of the month. Do you need to have a different recipe every day of the month? No. 15. The goal is to have 15, 16 different recipes. You double up on them. Like I've said before in many videos, that I cook a month in advance. I start planning which recipes I want to use. Probably on a Wednesday. I sit in front of a movie. I'm a big person about watching a movie and doing something. I just can't sit and watch a movie. It drives Courtney crazy. Anyway, I sit in front of a movie and I'll go through them and I will mark it off which ones I want to use, and I'll write which ingredients that I need. Then Thursday I will put in my Walmart pickup order. I am a big believer in Walmart pickup. This is the reason why. There's 2 things. Number 1, you get a discount for Walmart pickup. A lot of people don't know that. Food is more discounted on Walmart pickup, which is incredible. So I get my food for cheaper for having them do all the hard work, which is really cool. I also, those weird items that you really don't know where they are in the store, you don't have to worry about it because they have to go find it. You just put it on your list. The other thing about that is that it stops impulse buying. You put on the list the things that you need. You plan your breakfast, what you do for breakfast. I do protein shakes for breakfast. A lot of times I do them for lunch too because I really enjoy our protein shakes. So I need to make sure that I've got what I need for those. So I put those on my list. I personally do the frozen berries, the big bags of frozen berries, and Walmart has, I don't know, 4 or 5 different varieties. So I'll get one of each variety, and that'll last me for 2 months. And I go through a lot of berries. But I get my kale, I get my carrots, I put apples in there. Courtney puts bananas. I'm not a big banana fan. I know everyone tells me I need to get on bananas. It's just not me. Sorry guys, just not me. We get all of that. So we take care of breakfast first. We figure out how many lunches we're going to need at home or we're going to need to take with us. If we're leaving, if we can take a protein shake with us, if we need to pack something, if we'll have a microwave. We kind of figure that out. Courtney and I talk about what the plan is for the month, and then we will get that, figure out how many meals we need that way, and we'll order it that way. If I get lunch meat, I will put it in the freezer. If you get bread, put it in the freezer. If you do not have a deep freeze or an upright freezer in your home, you're wasting money. I know it's an investment. You can get them anywhere from like $150 all the way up to over $1,000 because you can get some really cool ones. But ultimately, if you don't have an extra freezer in your home, you're wasting a lot of money. You can freeze a lot of stuff as well before it goes bad and then continue to use it after. Anyway, and then we'll do the dinners. And I'll pick out the 15 dinners. I'll make sure that he's okay with those. And then those are 15 or 16 depending on how big the month is. I will put all of the ingredients I need for those. Granted, I will go through my pantry first and my freezer. I watch the ads throughout the month for things on sale. Protein specifically. Chicken is huge. If you can get chicken for under $1.50 a pound, you should jump on it. It is there's a couple different stores in my area that will go down to like $1.23 every once in a while, or $1.24. I know how to break down chicken, so if we can get chicken for get whole chickens for a really good price and it's worth breaking them down, I'll do that. One time we got them for like 69 cents a pound, or 69 cents each chicken, so that was really great. So I broke those down. Zaycon is amazing if you've got the deep freezer, the freezer space. You have to buy it in bulk. This month they did $1.47 a pound for 40 pounds. And if you were a first-time buyer, you got it for 99 cents a pound on your first box. It was absolutely killer. So that's another one. If you've got the freezer room, get on that. You can get ground beef. You can get all of your meats there. And if you watch, they'll do promos like the $1.47 a pound, and you can get it then and then fill up your freezer. So we do that. So I still shop ads throughout the month to fill my freezer and my pantry of things I know I'm going to use. I have a budget for that. Stay on budget, guys. You don't have to go crazy. Stay on budget. I usually end up being about $100. So if I buy a case of chicken from Zaycon, that's basically my budget. And I know that, but that chicken, that 40 pounds of chicken is going to last me like 3 months. And so that's so worth it because I don't have to buy chicken again. Same thing for ground beef. 97.3 ground beef is hard to get at a decent price. And when you're dieting or you're wanting to lose weight or things like that, I'm on the hunt for that kind of stuff. Walmart, I can get the Chubs every once in a while for like $3, so I will get those. Another really great substitute for that is ground turkey. I keep my eye out for ground turkey, things like that. But in short, I go through my pantry and my freezer and see what I already have, cross that out. If I need to defrost something, I'll pull it out at that point in time. Put it in, I have 2 fridges, and put it in the defrosting freezer. You don't have to have 2 fridges. It's probably really ridiculous that I have 2 fridges, but I love it. It has become the easiest thing in the world for me. So when I build a new house, I'm going to have 2, maybe 3 fridges and have the different, because I can put my prepped foods in one, my raw foods in another, all my beverages in another. It's great. It's insane, but I absolutely love it. So I'll pull all my freezer products that I need to defrost, and I will put my Walmart order in on Thursday. So I get my recipes on Wednesday, Walmart order put in Thursday by like 10:30 or something like that, and have it pick up on Friday. It's free pickup. I can also make adjustments to it if I need to until a certain time. It depends on your Walmart, I think. Mine lets me do it until like 3 o'clock in the morning or something crazy. But put that in. Friday I go and pick it up at whatever time I say. I like to pick it up between 9 and 10. That's just my scheduled time to pick it up. Come home, I put it all away. Or one of 2 things. Either I put it all away or I start separating it out. I get a big banquet table out in my kitchen and I separate it out. This is one recipe of ingredients. This is another recipe of ingredients. And I separate it all out so I know exactly what I have and which ones are going to be easiest. Then I plan my plan of attack. There's a lot of recipes that are cooked exactly the same way, just different ingredients. And so if I can figure out which recipes are cooked exactly the same way, or which recipes need to be marinated, or those different things in advance, then I could start. I can get my plan of attack. So I'll start with the marinated recipes first, the same cook process recipes second. I'll get those all ready. And I'll just start working. I usually cook on Saturday and Sunday so that I can pour Courtney in. Courtney is kind of my kitchen assistant when I cook for the month, and he does a great job. He chops everything up for me. He does whatever I ask him to do. He'll do dishes, whatever needs to be done, because he knows that if we can get that all done in those 2 days, then we don't have to do it again for another month. So that is the goal. We use, another question I get all the time is, what containers do we use? we've used Rubbermaids before. They were great. They just weren't big enough. So we ended up going to IKEA, and IKEA's got really cool oblong 2-inch deep Rubbermaids. The blue lid. They have the blue lid ones have 1 inch, and then the 2 inches. We have the 2-inch ones, and we can fit a meal for 2 people in those. If you've got a family that you're feeding, I would consider getting the aluminum pans from Sam's Club. There are several different sizes. If you've got a smaller family that you don't need a whole bunch, they have what we call 1/3 pans that are basically 3 inches wide. They're the full 1 foot long, but 3 inches wide, 3 inches deep, and you can put almost anything in those. And the really cool part is they don't take up a lot of room in your freezer. The downside to those is I've yet to find lids for those, so you have to saran wrap them and foil them really, really well. So, but they are great as far as portion size and packing and things like that. Once they're frozen, they're really easy to put in there. You can stack on them if you've wrapped them properly. So love those. If you've got an even bigger family, go ahead and get the bigger pans. Those aluminum pans, they're great. They work great in the freezer. They keep out freezer burn as long as you've wrapped them. And I saran wrap them, and then I put their lid on top, the foil lid on top of them, for extra protection. So what else? That's just kind of the basics on what I do and how I do it. But you need to start gathering recipes that your family loves, that you're willing to cook on a regular basis, that are easy. Specifically, also, some recipes can't be frozen, and so you need to take that into consideration when you're pulling your recipes for that. And if you're willing to do that in the middle of the month. I'm not willing to do that just because there's no guarantee that I'll be able to do that. So I don't choose those recipes. But if you are able to do that and have that time, by all means. You can also freeze marinated chickens and porks and stuff like that in Ziploc baggies, and then cook them the day up. So they're all prepped, ready to go. All you got to do is literally cook them. And that'll save you some steps as well. So anyway, long video for menu planning. Again, if you've got any questions, please ask. Please ask. I have no problem answering questions. I have no problem talking to you one-on-one about what I do, how I do it. I do go into homes and help people. In fact, I'm on a project right now doing that, and I'm video with some things. Hopefully I can get that video up soon. But if you like videos like this, if you have any questions, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I put lots of videos up there that have small little tidbits like this, and that shows you exactly what I'm doing. So anyway, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Megan Charette LLC, and I will see you guys later. Bye.